Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video we're going to talk about the new exotic sidearm the Traveler's Chosen, and why I believe it's going to become a staple in the Crucible for a long time. This sidearm is everything I wanted out of an exotic sidearm, and I've been playing consistently with it since it dropped, including even using it in some scrims and sweats. But before we dive into all that, I'd like to turn your attention towards the sponsor for this video. It's Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I've brought up Raid a number of times in my videos, but one thing you have to know is that my endorsement of this game comes with a lot of hands-on time with it, hundreds of hours. You can see just from looking through some of my champions that I've grinded the ever-living crap out of this game. I mean, I've even set my alarm early in the morning so that I could go hard on a couple of tournaments and make sure I outperform all the players in my group before. I endorse this game because I have genuinely enjoyed playing it, and Raid goes the extra mile with their production. They even use unique animations for over 450 individual champions by using motion capture at their studio. They mocap their champs to make them feel really alive and give each of them their own individual character and unique stances, movements, and attacks. But the thing I enjoy the most with Raid is the process of seeking out and collecting themed teams and then powering them all up and finding a synergy among them. I have a strong affinity for champions belonging to the Sacred Order, which is a faction of knights and holy crusaders with a really well designed medieval aesthetic. And my favorite champs in the Sacred Order are no doubt Juliana and Sir Nicholas. Both of them have excellent synergy with each other and with other champions, as I can boost health and pump out some huge AoE damage with Sir Nick, while putting major debuffs on targeted opponents with Juliana and dishing out a ton of single target damage. If you were to hop in today, there's an active tournament for taking down the dragon in his lair and collecting the most artifacts from him, and there's an active arena tournament where you can earn some great prizes for taking on other players and their teams head to head. There's also an event where you can earn rewards for grinding out dungeon completions and getting loot from them. Raid just had a huge champion balancing update to make PvP even more competitive, and they also just added the Forge to the game so players can craft the artifacts they want specifically and gear their champions up for the activities that they want to complete. So dive into Raid today, and if you're new to the game, make sure you use the download links below in the description. That's going to help you get started with 100,000 silver, 3 ancient shards, an energy refill so you can keep grinding away, and a free champion called the Executioner. He's actually a pretty strong champion early game and will definitely serve your team well. These rewards will be in your inbox here in the upper right, so make sure you go snag those as soon as you get in the game, and I hope to see you out there in the arena sometime. Alright, let's get back to the Destiny content. Alright, so let's have a talk about this sidearm. I know I'm not anywhere near the first to get their thoughts on this gun out there, but I wanted to make sure that I didn't rush my opinion on this sidearm. I wanted to play with it a lot, and I did exactly that. I have used this weapon so freaking much. I have over 1,000 kills with the thing already. I mean, I even took it into scrimmages. My final verdict, by the way, just to get it out up front, not make you wait to the end of the video, my final verdict on this gun is that it is easily among the top 2 to 3 sidearms in the history of Destiny 2. It's literally everything I could have wanted from an exotic sidearm. Everyone is out there getting some nasty ability focused builds, and those are awesome. I really appreciate those builds. They're super cool. Consuming the stacks you generate with this gun is a really neat thing, and getting your charges back super fast is really helpful, obviously, for ability focused gameplay. Lots of grenade focused gameplay, melee ability focused gameplay, and those things are awesome. But for me, I love making this sidearm the central part of my loadout. I like stockpiling those stacks and just ramping this gun up. It goes from great to phenomenal in no time flat, since PvP kills take you to 3 stacks instantly. And personally, I prefer having a godly sidearm to go out there and duel with, rather than consume the stacks regularly and charge my abilities. So let's recap quickly the specifics about this gun that you need to know. So firstly, this weapon has an optimal TTK of 0.6 seconds and a body shot TTK of 1 second flat. That's pretty dope. And let me take a second here and just make a quick point. I find that too many people lean on sidearms for their body shot TTK, but you really need to start trying to leverage the sidearm's capacity to drop targets like scary fast with headshots. If you start really focusing on precision, you will open up a whole new level of efficiency with these things. And let me tell you, this one is nutty. Landing precision hits comes much more consistently with this sidearm because of the combination of its base range value of 86 and the target acquisition buff that it gets as you continue to collect stacks of gathering light. Real quick, let me put that range value into perspective. The Buzzard, right? It's another 300 RPM kinetic sidearm. The Buzzard boasts a range value of, wait for it, 51. That is absurd. That a comparable sidearm would have literally 35 less range. It's laughable. The range stat alone should make sidearm enthusiasts be like, wait, hold up, say what now? Like, the Traveler's Chosen can consistently compete at it as a primary weapon against, hand cannons. In my opinion, by the way, a little side note here, in my opinion, that's not because sidearms are too strong, but rather it's because hand cannon range was over-nerfed and could be pushed out just a little bit further, I think. Other great sidearms like the Anonymous Autumn have range values down. I know that's not the same archetype, by the way. It's a 360. I understand that, but it's another great sidearm that people think of, and it has a range value. The range values of the Autumns are down in the mid-30s, depending on your role. The Drang is usually a favorite lately because the range that it boasts is usually in the upper 60s with the right rolls. An 86 range stat is bonkers, guys. So don't just brush past that stat value and underappreciate just how mold breaking 86 range on the sidearm is. Now factor in, on top of that the Traveler's Chosen has insanely high stat values in several other categories as well. Stability in the mid-70s, handling 86, aim assist 85. I mean, this thing should raise some eyebrows. It's like someone said at Bungie, hey, we can't make an exotic that's good at everything. That would break stuff. And the person who tuned this weapon was like, why not? I'm gonna do it. Now start considering that the target acquisition, handling speed, and reload speeds will all start to improve very noticeably as you get kills with it. Guys, this thing is mind-blowingly good. It's like new meta good. It lives up to its name, as if God himself smiled down on his children embracing sidearms and was pleased to bless them with the holy grail of sidearms in his benevolence. And this weapon is the result. It's quite literally a gift from the Traveler in celebration of your Guardian's accomplishments and valor. But wait, there's more, and you're already like, please TV, my brain can only take so much. But yes, there is more. The weapon also has a recoil pattern that is essentially perfectly vertical. So you don't have to do the whole, what shoulder should I be aiming at game when you're anticipating the recoil before you ever fire the gun. So you just don't sweat it, you point and you shoot. With this gun, you just point and you shoot, and revel in the surprising range and stability. I gotta tell you guys, I think this thing is going to be a regular part of my arsenal moving forward. And some of my favorite energy weapons are ranged weapons, like the Last Perdition, which you see featured in this gameplay a lot. I love using the Last Perdition. It's a pulse rifle, Suros pulse rifle. You might not have recognized it. A lot of people, when they come to stream, like, what is that pulse? They don't recognize it. It's got a an ornament on it that was available, I think like 2-3 seasons ago now, and I really like that ornament. So that's the Last Perdition. Mine has firmly planted. It's got Zen Moment and steady rounds. It's an absolute laser beam, and I've got thousands of kills in this thing. I love using it, and so it pairs quite nicely with the Traveler's Chosen, because the Chosen can offset the weak points of the pulse rifle. I also love using the Omniscient Eye, which I've told you before is my favorite sniper rifle in Destiny 2, and the Beloved as well. I love using the Beloved. So it's great that I can pair it with things that I already love. So if you haven't taken the time to get this sidearm yet, please, please, please do yourself a favor and do it. The quest took me 2 hours solo. I just sat down with a glass of whiskey and some pretzels and put some music on and banged through it before bed one night. Pretty easy peasy. So if you enjoy this gameplay, just know that all of my gameplay is recorded live on stream at fb.gg/thetruevanguard. And we have an awesome community of Guardians and gamers there. We would love to see you around the stream sometime. It's also the best way to support me directly by heading to truevanguard.com and hitting the support button. And right now, Facebook isn't taking any cut of that, and it's all going directly to me. And that's pretty cool. But that deal won't last long, so Thanks so much for watching the video and supporting my content, you all. I love you all. Please stay safe. And be sure to take care of yourselves during these turbulent days and confusing times. You know, there's lots of division and violently opposing entities with loud voices. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you're running away from the noise regularly and just enjoying the quieter places, like maybe the couch next to the person you love, or laying on the floor of your kid's room and acting like an idiot and making what they're interested in the only thing that you're interested in for a little while. So our world is bombarded with decay right now, so let's just try to focus our energy on building something or someone up whenever it's possible. So be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.
You could give the Redjacks a lesson in territory control.